Alright, good day and good morning again to everyone who'll be watching this video. So this is Berio and welcome back. Welcome back again to another daily process and market update video where we review what happened with the markets, what may happen with the markets for the coming day, and reviewing my current movements in the market. So let's get into it. Today is January 17, 2025, around 10:39 a.m. Philippine time. So medyo na late lang tayo ng ating recording, but yun, sige, banatan natin. Looking at the ETF heat map, actually quite flat yung nangyari sa markets. The SPY, actually down by 0.2%, halos 0.2%. The Q's down by 0.7%. So big decline, actually quite significant decline yan versus previous days. Counter rally or recovery post CPI news. IWM, our small cap benchmark, the Russell 2000 ETF, positive siya by 0.2%. So MDY hindi natin mahanap. So basically, let's just review what the Pulseman report. Let's just review the Pulseman report. No? So looking at our index summary, market summary, percent of indices up for the day, 57.14%. Up for the week, 100%, where all indices are up for the week. Percent of indices above the 10 and 20-day moving average. So, medyo nagkaroon tayo ng onting decline. So, previous day, 100% yan. Previous day, 100% yan. Tama ba? Di pala, sorry. 85.71% pa rin. So, itong percent of indices above the 50-day, yun, nagkaroon tayo ng onting changes. So, last session, 14.29%. So, right now, wala na tayong index na above the 50-day moving average. Daily relative strength, small caps outperformed the S&P 500. Mid caps outperformed the S&P 500 by 0.94%. The equal weighted S&P 500 outperformed the S&P 500, the market cap weighted S&P 500, which is the SPY, by 0.98%. So, ibig sabihin nito, you're experiencing broad market follow through, momentum follow through, bullish momentum follow through. Pero our market cap weighted indices or index, medyo nagkakaroon ng onting indecision, no? With respect to previous days market action. So looking at our market breadth, so this is good. Percent of stocks above the 20-day or above the 50% level. So versus previous day, actually nag-improve tayo ng onte. Yesterday 51.26%. Right now nag-improve tayo by 5%. Stocks above the 50-day, 38.98%, so still below the bullish cutoff of 50%. Same with the percent of stocks above the 100-day moving average. So technically, this sends us a message that short-term bulls are in control, intermediate term bears are still in control, and in the longer term time frame, bears are still in control, or the sellers are still in control. Percent of stocks that advanced today, 51.15%. So that's okay, quite okay. Above 50% is okay naman. Percent of stocks with positive volume spikes, 15%. So above 10% is okay na rin. So percent of stocks that is up by greater than 5% today is 5.51%. Above 3%, above 4%, okay yun. Ibig sabihin meron kang short-term momentum. Right now, our momentum composite score is 65%. We're still on a risk on market state for swing trader, as a swing trader, as a momentum trader. We're on a risk on market state. Market type, long ride. So if you're a long only trader, I think it's an okay market environment to look for setups, to trade those setups. Most importantly, mga post earnings breakouts, like what happened with SMPC. So, sa mga na-miss out ko na trades, bigyan lang natin ng onting ano. So, yesterday, nag-breakout yan. Right now, nag-retest lang. So, maybe let's look for an entry at 68. Basically, a retest of this level. So, it's a post-earnings base breakout. So, after earnings, nag-gap up, consolidate, nag-breakout, nag-retest. So, let's see what happens with this name. So, important na mag-break yan above the $70 level, which is a semi-round number area. So anyway, let's go back to our index report. So portfolio exposure range, ang pinaka-recommended ni Pulseman natin is 50 to 75% deployed dapat tayo. Or you can slowly build up to that exposure range. Open risk exposure, 1 to 2% of your capital. VAR range per trade, 0.5 to 1%. At least, give some oomph dun sa VAR exposure mo. Given na maganda yung setup. So that's our index summary and our ETF heat map. Looking at the stock heat map, so big declines from liquid names natin like Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, Meta, Google. So Mag 7 names declined today. So ito yung Mag 7 ETF natin, which is the Mag. So looking at the Mags, looks like we're forming a channel pullback. But once we break above this channel pullback, once we reclaim this 20-day moving average, then maybe doon na mag-continue yung rally ng Mag 7 names natin. So, we have this reference leg up, ito yung first leg up, initial leg up. So, if mag-breakout dito, the next target is at $64. Roughly near the 200% target from this reaccumulation base. So, malaking upside potential ng Mag 7 names. So, it's up to you kung paano siya itatackle. Do you pick the leaders like Meta, Tesla? Do you pick the laggards like Microsoft? Or pwede mong gawin is just buy the mags. Just buy this ETF. Para at least equally distributed yung bets mo all throughout the Mag 7 names. So right now, may Mag 7 exposure. My only Mag 7 exposure is Tesla. So ito yung best pick ko for the Mag 7 names. So, let's see what's next. Looking at the general macro today. So, ano yung nangyari sa DXY to dollar? So, quite flat. Actually, nag-decline din siya. Attempted to break above 109 yesterday but got faded. So, right now, we're closing below the 10-day moving average. So, let's zoom in. So, ito yung 10-day natin, itong gray line. So, now we're closing below that 10-day moving average for the first time. Full candle, hindi naman full candle close, but right now, yung close mo, yung open mo is below the 10-day moving average. Unlike this pierce below, so this is a significant improvement for equities, kumbaga no. So if you have a declining dollar, that's good for equities. So ideally, what we want to see for the dollar to do is to do a bull trap. So basically, a failed breakout. A failed breakout is good for equities. So, moving on, looking at the US 10-year yield, we are seeing this bull trap with the US 10-year bond yields. So, a declining bond yield, a declining 10-year bond yield is good for, small caps, kaya nag-rally yung small caps. Good for mid caps, MDY, kaya nag-rally yung mid caps today by around 0.75%. So, yun, that's that, 'di ba? So, yung mga interest rate sensitive, yung mga yield sensitive sectors and segments natin, market cap segments. Yan, small caps, mid caps, home builders, ITB, kaya tayo nag-counter rally with ITB. XLRE, also good when yields are going down, kaya tayo nag-rally dito sa sector na to, XLRE. So, ayun, yun yung mga natin. Pwede nating tignan today. So, looking at sectors, looking at our market dashboard, ano ba yung malalakas nating sectors? Looking at the daily changes, today, utilities, ang pinaka nag-lead today, same with XLRE. Decline today, the tech sector and the communication sector. So, came in flat yung healthcare, consumer staples. So, significant up move na rin for materials, financials, and energy names. For the week, ang mga leaders natin, energy, financials, real estate, and materials. So, ito yung mga leaders natin for the week. For our market groups, for our market teams, so above 70% is good. So, if you are a momentum trader, swing trader, you should just focus on the following sectors, on these following sectors. Anything above 60% is okay. 70% much better. yung RS and trend composite score natin. So again, sa mga nagtatanong ano ba tong composite score natin na to. So the RS takes consider of momentum, the daily change, weekly change, monthly change, quarterly change, up to the year-on-year change. So that's relative strength. And kino-compare niya yung composite na yon with respect to all the groups. So ang best group in terms of momentum is NatGas. The trend composite score naman takes consider of the trend configuration of the ETF. So for example, ito, FCG, natural gas, above the 10, 20, 50, 200 day moving average, where MA10 is above the MA20, the MA20 is above the MA50, yada yada. So meron tayong composite score or strength score for the trend. So kinocompile niya yan and uh, kinukuha niya yung best names or ETFs with strong strong trend configuration. So, kinocompile niya to, and nagka-come up to, kinocombine niya yung relative strength, yung momentum, kinocombine niya with the trend strength. So, gets ba? So, that's our formula, or that's the idea behind the formula. Yung pinaka-composition or weighting, yung weights, yung bigat per component, I think hindi ko siya mai-reveal sa inyo. So it's a dynamic weighting depending on the index. So just to give an idea, no? Dynamic weighting siya. So yun, basically just focus on 60% above, 60% above. So how do you look for setups on strong groups? Yan, ito yung mga components. Copy-paste lang sa TradingView watchlist ninyo. Then you're good to go. You're good to go. So, mga interesting names nga natin or interesting groups, internet, aerospace and defense, IPOs, renewables, transportation, cybersec, cloud computing, banks are also good given that big bank earnings are actually okay. Semiconductors uh, also is doing good in terms of momentum, in terms of trend. Healthcare, airlines, oil and gas, and nat gas. So, ano ba yung mga market groups, market themes na nag-improve today? Real estate. Real estate so far yung nakikita natin. Property and casualty insurance. And the following. Itong transportation up to aerospace and defense. Yan yung may mga magagandang daily changes for today. So that's that. That's our market themes. Looking at our momentum monitor, market breadth monitor. So industrials, printing new 20-day highs. Madaming stocks na nagpiprint ng 20-day highs. So basically, breakouts are working. Short-term breakouts are working in industrials, financials, materials, tech, utilities, and energy sector. Financials, industrials. So ito yung titingnan mo if you want to look for short-term where kung gusto mo makahanap ng short-term breakouts. Kung saan nag-work yung mga short-term breakouts. Rather. So, yun. Ito yung titingnan mong column. So, looking at market cap segments, big caps or breakouts are working in big caps. Breakouts are working with mid caps as well. Pero, for small caps, medyo below the cut-off natin na 10%. So, in advances, strong advances, utilities, energy, consumer discretionary, healthcare, and real estate sector. Industrials and financials as well, obviously. So, in terms of market breadth, in terms of moving average breadth pala, so short-term leader natin in terms of moving average breadth, energy. Next is materials. Next is utilities. Halos at par lang tong tatlo. Industrial, financials, and utilities. So that's that. Breakouts are working in utilities, energy, financials, industrials, tech, and materials. So if you want to look for breakouts on those sectors. So tapos na natin discuss yung inter-asset correlation, yung yung macro benchmarks natin, DXY, US 10-year yields in commodities, actually hindi pa, pero I think hindi naman super significant. Gold, gold is rising, that's good. Maybe due to the probability na, yun nga, more rate cuts this year. Kasi yun nga, we have flatlining inflation, we have strong employment. So, nandun ka sa Goldilocks scenario. I'm not sure. Pwede rin geopolitical risk to. But ayun, bottom line, gold is okay. Pero looking at the markets, looking at the risk assets, since correlated na rin sila parehas, we're not seeing clear signals with gold with respect to risk assets. But with US oil, good movement yesterday, na-reach na yung 2.5 target, yung 2.0 target with respect to this 2-month range, 2-month base, no, at the support level. So maybe na-reach na yung resistance at $80 and then it's bound to decline again. So if US oil declines, that's gonna be good for inflation. Ibig sabihin, if you have declining US oil, since it's the most used commodity, bababa yung producer inflation, possibly bumaba din yung consumer inflation. So that's the idea. If US oil keeps on rising, that's gonna be bad for inflation. Yun. So that's our commodities. So far, yun lang muna in our themes, sectors, and yung internals. May hindi pa tayo na-tackle, yung MMFD. So we're at the state where it's time to sell on strength. So kaya rin ako nagbenta ng WBA ko na possession. So I sold 900 shares of my WBA possession. So the setup behind WBA is an earnings momentum surge setup. So after earnings, usually nag-rally yan for the next 4 days, 5 days, 5 days at most. Diba? 5 days at most. Sometimes nag-rally pa yan ng more than 10 days, but on average 5 days, 3 to 5 days. That's the optimal range. So I bought on day 2 after this bear trap. Bumili ako dito at 11.50 buy stop limit order. Sinakyan ko towards the initial target at 12.60, 12.90. So halos at the $13 area, the next round number area. Sa may round number area, kaya ako nagbenta. So malaki na yung reward risk. More than 4:1 na rin at this point. So I sold half, gaining 2x of my risk. So 2x of my risk. So okay na rin. I gained around $1,200 with WBA kanina, realized. So right now, I'm just trailing WBA. Should it rally further towards $14, which is the 1618 measured move, with respect to this initial leg up after earnings, then okay na rin. Diba? Most probably, I'll be selling partials again at $14. Then, ititrail ko na lang yung natitira. So that's my trade. That's my only trade for the day. Aside from that, that's my only sell for the day. For the buy side naman, I bought Hood. During the pre-market session, 8 p.m. Philippine time. 8 p.m. Philippine time. So ano ba yung ginawa ko with Hood? So basically, if you're gonna look at Hood at the daily time frame, it's a base breakout. So this is a 1-month base. Actually, halos 4 to 5 week base na siya. Nag-breakout yesterday, so I was betting for a follow-through. So at the 5-minute time frame, I saw this flag pattern during the pre-market session. So I bought during the pre-market at $46. Stops ko nilagay ko slightly wide at 44.70. Then my target is at $50 or roughly at $50, giving me a 3.8:1 reward risk for this trade. So let's say for the next coming days, kunwari later, mag-consolidate pa siya or hindi siya magtuloy, or let's say, mag-go below 45, 45.20, then ipi-premature cut ko na siya. Ipi-premature cut ko na siya. Supposedly, dapat may follow-through na tayo ma-experience. Or dapat, yun yung gawin ni Robinhood based on the setup. So, ayun, I'm up $160 so far with it. My dollar risk for this trade is $500. So far, ito yung mga open positions ko. Sabi, attention na, medyo sinisipot ko din. So, I still have Tesla. So, medyo nag-reject at the 20-day. BST, I still have BST. So far, so good. Okay naman. WBA, yun nga, as I've said, it's an earnings momentum surge setup. Vertiv Holdings, it's a retest of the 50-day moving average after this undercut of the 50-day moving average. So right now, it's testing the $134, $135 area as resistance. So maybe ang gagawin niya at this point is magko-consolidate siya. It's either consolidate ng ganyan, like a square root pattern, or pwedeng wide consolidation. Wide consolidation. Ideally, what you want to see is a quick breakout of $140 and then move higher. So that's my trade with BRT. My current open trade with BRT. Wix.com, it's a base breakout. So it's a post-earnings, base breakout. So ito yung earnings, nag-gap up, nag-move higher, nag-create ng 1-month base, then nag-breakout. So it's on its third day. Of the momentum surge. So after the breakout, yung idea is may 3-day up move yan, 3 to 5 days up move yan. So may targets is simply at the 1618 level, $251 level. So halos dito sa gap fill area. So it's either mag-resist na siya today, stops ko, right, remove ko yung tail stops ko to $236, $237 at the low of day of this candle. So that's my current open position with Wix. So Rubrik, still okay. Muntik na ako stopped out yesterday. Stops ko talaga is at 61.50. My dollar risk for RBRK is $700. So kala ko kahapon ma-stopped out na ako, but nag-recover naman end of day. So that's good. Looks like a flag, or looks like a channel pullback breakout. So mukhang in-undercut and reclaim niya tong 20-day moving average tong green line natin. So ito yung green line mo, di ba? Yung 20-day moving average, yung dynamic support mo, short-term dynamic support. So nag-go below that dynamic support, and right now it's attempting to re-break that dynamic support level. So the idea behind that is may mga winipso ka lang, may mga winip ka lang na sellers. Then eventually bulls may come in and go aggressive again. So recently IPO'd, name lang to. So I think may potential pa siya. So the biggest move for a stock to the biggest move usually happens during the first 5 years after IPO. After a stock IPOs. Kunyari right now, Rubrik, kaka-IPO niya lang ng 2024. Right now, we're already up by 68%. So one example, AppLovin, I believe, recently IPO'd stock to, AppLovin. So IPO stock siya, 2021. So first 5 years, biggest move na igagalaw ng isang stock, ng isang IPO stock. Ayun. So parang ganun. So after the all-time high breakout, ano yung ginalaw nito? 177%. With respect to this accumulation base, itong parang inverset or saucer base, from this saucer base to today, 600, 700%. So, quick lesson to everyone who will be watching this video on IPO names. Kaya tayo may play finder for IPO. For IPO stocks. IPO play. Yun. So, I hope you get the idea. minutes na ako nagsasalita. So 24 minutes, I think I can still discuss some ideas pa. Let's go again. Let's go back to our open position. So RBRK, tapos tayo dyan. AS, I'm still holding this name. So IPO stock din to. IPO stock din yung Amir Sports. So ito yung IPO base, nag-breakout, nag-retest. And right now, we're already up from the IPO base to today by 68%. Roughly 68%. So in terms of cycles, we're on the early stages, mid stages to up to the late stages of the markup phase. So ito yung accumulation mo, di ba? Ito yung markup phase mo. Na-reach yung 1618 level, marking we're at the mid-stage markup. Then right now, it's about to test the 1618 level, or I mean the 200% level with respect to the IPO base. So this may mark the late stages of the markup phase if we reach the 2.0 level, the 200% level. So kumbaga, ito yung profit-taking area ng mga taong nag-accumulate for around 8 months after IPO. So that's my open position, AS. Simply a continuation pattern trade. Next is ONON, also an IPO stock. Recently IPO stock lang din siya. 2021, 2022. So 3 years young stock pa lang siya. 3 years old pa lang yung stock na to. So nag all-time high breakout, nag-retest pa lang, forming this channel pullback. Tulad nung ginawa nung Amir Sport. So after the IPO base breakout, nag-retest lang ng konti sa next dynamic support. In this case, yung 20-day moving average for ONON, since the next dynamic support na and most respected dynamic support na is the 50-day moving average. So maybe if it breaks above 57, doon na mangyari yung move niya. Yung meat of the move or transition to a clear markup phase. So that's ONON. Ito yung mga following names ko. Best stocks, Tesla. Best stocks in my holdings, Tesla, WBA, Wix. Amir Sport, doing good. Wood, I think, may potential. VRT, may potential as well. ONON. Also doing okay. Tagal ko ng hawak. Pero I'm giving this some breathing room. And, saan ba yun? RBRK. So all in all, cash at risk ko, total cash at risk ko, so RBRK, ano pa rin tayo dyan, stop protection pa lang tayo dyan, ONON, BRT, RBRK. So $700 times 4, gawin natin 5, 700 times 5. So E5 cash at risk. $5 cash at risk. Open risk in this portfolio. Open risk. So, kunyari, mas stopped out lahat yan. At most, 3.5 yung wala with the portfolio. With respect to the portfolio value, halos 1% lang, 2%. So, tama ba? 3.5, 1.5%. So, scattered muna yung ating cash at risk. Then, if may magpakita ng potential dyan, then doon tayo magdadagdag ng cash at doon tayo magdadagdag ng volume, kumbaga. No? Once na pinuprove na ng stock yung strength niya. Kaysa naman na 1 bar kagad, 2 bar kagad on a single position, tapos mas stopped out lang, mahirap makabangon from a drawdown. So, lagi ganyan pa ulit-ulit. So, top stocks or mga names na I'm stalking right now, ULCC. It's an airline name, one of the strongest market themes right now. Passenger airlines. ULCC, basically it's a transition to a markup phase. Ito yung big accumulation base mo. So, since August 2023, uh, nag-accumulate lang siya. Right now, it's forming this inside bar setup. Inside bar setup. So, let's say mag-rally yan, breakout sa inside bar. Next target mo is at 960, gawin mo ng $10. $10. So, malaking upside potential for ULCC. Waystar, another name I'm stalking right now. It's a small cap. I mean, a mid cap. Ito small cap to. Ito mid cap. 6 billion market cap. Waystar Holdings, all-time high yan. Recently IPO'd stock lang din. Tapos nag-transition kagad siya to ang markup phase. So, wala ka masyadong ipit dito. Kalaban mo lang profit takers. So, nasaan yung mga profit takers mo? Yung mga taong nandito and yung mga taong nandito. So, let's say ito na lang yung gawin natin reference, no? So, ito yung reference leg up mo. Let's say mag-rally yan. Next target mo is at $46. $44. Roughly at the 1618 level. So, it's a base breakout or a continuation pattern breakout. So, lagay lang tayo ng ating alert. Or pwede rin natin gawin, let's put a buy limit or buy stop limit order for way. So, ULCC and way, ito yung mga top stocks ko. So, right now, my open risk is 1.5%, di ba? 1.5%. Yung iba, canceled risk na. Kasi positive na siya. And at most, worst case, break even na lang yung mangyayari sa mga stocks na yun. Like, for weeks, like for AS. So, I can still deploy around 0.5% of VAR. So, let's say ito, Waystar Holdings, lagay tayo ng buy stop limit order dito. Targets natin at 45, stops natin at 36. We have a 3.5 is to 1 toward risk. So, lagay na lang tayo ng ating medyo tight stop at 37. Targets natin at kanina, di ba, $44. 4.7 is to 1 toward risk. So, lagay mo yung cash at risk mo. Say, yan, $700. For demonstration purposes, lagay tayo ng entry. Yan, lagay mo yung target price mo, lagay mo yung stops mo. Then, lagay mo yung quantity of shares na dapat mong bilhin. Say dito, 583. Double check natin yung cash at risk. $700. So, okay na yan, 583. 583. Then, let's put up our orders. Override and transmit. So, ayan. So, currently, I'm 28% in cash. 28% in cash. So, strictly kung sinusunod tong market exposure model. So, strictly ko yung sinusundan. Okay, so, I think, ito lang yung two stocks na in focus ko. Waystar Holdings and ULCC. For new positions. For open positions, hinahalagaan ko talaga itong open positions ko. Since, I think, malaki yung potential nila eh. So, yun, let's wrap it up. If you have any questions, chat lang kayo. If you have any concerns with your current holdings, chat lang kayo. Any chart request, chat nyo lang ako, then I'll be discussing it in the next daily process and market update video. So, see you again. Ingat kayo. God bless and goodbye.